JP Morgan has just said that Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin in 2024, and Gary Gensler just went on national TV to talk about the spot Bitcoin ETFs again. Today, we have a nice video for you guys, and we're going to hop straight into it. Take a look at this on X from Watcher Guru. SEC Chair Gary Gensler says they're taking a new look at spot Bitcoin ETFs based upon court rulings. Let's see what he has to say. Let's run that.
Approval process going for a spot Bitcoin ETF. I know you're facing a window in early January. What does that look like?
Well, Sarah, we have, I think it's between 8 and a dozen filings. I'm a chair
Doesn't even know.
of a commission. I'm not to prejudge anything, so that's going through the process right now. And as you might know, we had in the past denied a number of these applications, but the courts here in the District of Columbia weighed in on that, and so we're taking a new look at this.
W courts, by the way.
Based upon those court rulings.
Market's excited about it. You're referring to the approval.
Yeah, and as she says here, markets are excited. We know that a large part of this rally has been because of the fact people are, just getting excited for the possibility of a spot Bitcoin ETF. We know that the SEC has had a lot of trouble in court, and it would be really stupid and kind of annoying if they did end up denying it, because it's like, we know they've denied them before, and what's going to happen is if they deny it, obviously the price of Bitcoin's going to dump in the short term, but it's like people are just going to refile. BlackRock's just going to refile. Fidelity's just going to refile. It's not like they're going to give up. They're just going to refile again. So that's why I'm kind of just like, Larry Fink's had to give Gary Gensler the call and be like, hey, let's let this one through for the one time. You know what I'm saying? And if they do get approved, which we'll see in early January, we could see the biggest green wick in Bitcoin's history. Like, seriously, I think Bitcoin's going to break the all-time high very, very... If it gets approved, I say that Bitcoin breaks the all-time high. Could easily do it. Could easily do it in the first half of 2024. Things would get so fucking bullish. The amount of FOMO that would come in the markets would be ridiculous. Things could get very insane. But then take a look at this. JP Morgan said Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin in 2024. And what's really interesting is that we know just last week, Jamie Dimon, who's the CEO of JP Morgan, lashed out against crypto. If I was the government, I'd close it down. And now JP Morgan, the company's the CEO of, says Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin in 2024. I don't know what's going on. Is he just fudding? I'm going to be honest, it didn't sound like he was like fudding. When Jamie Dimon said that, I'm not going to lie, it did sound like he was being really serious, but I guess the people where he employs, I guess they have a different outlook on these sort of things, because they keep talking about it. We know JP Morgan's always talking about crypto, because probably it's good for the ratings, and that's why they're in it. I don't know, something like that. But let's talk about Ethereum for a second. I feel like I haven't talked about Ethereum like once, and it needs a little more attention. So right now, we know Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency, and it's the second most popular. A lot of people know what Ethereum is. It has a market cap of $277 billion, and it's sitting around $2,300 per Ethereum. Now, we know last cycle, back in 2020, this thing actually dropped to, around $100. I think at the bottom of the 2020, March of 2020 wick, it went down to $80 or $60, one of the two. I think it touched that. And we know it ran its way up to $5,000. So it went from about $80 to $100 to $5,000 in one cycle. It made insane gains. Now, will we see those type of returns of this bull market? I do not think so. And I think most people can agree on that. The market cap of Ethereum is just too big now. And my personal opinion on Ethereum is it's dog shit. I mean, I'm not saying you can't make money on the token, but the actual chain itself sucks. It has the most liquidity, but it sucks. I think everyone here, most of the people watching this, have used the Ethereum chain before, and the gas fees are no joke. That is not something to be like, that is not mass adoption. Never. Gas fees need to be as small as possible. That's why I like Solana. It's fast, and also Ethereum's slower too. It's way faster than Ethereum and way cheaper. Ethereum is not scalable at all. Now, we know there's layer 2s, but the base chain is not scalable. But can you make money on it? Yes, you can. And I would kind of say Ethereum's a blue chip of crypto. It's kind of like another Bitcoin where it's like we know it's going to give good returns. And that's why I'm so bullish on Solana. I hate to bring Solana into the conversation, but Seeing Ethereum go from $100 to $5,000 last cycle makes me believe Solana will touch $1,000 this cycle. I genuinely believe it. And people are going to say that's crazy, but I think it's possible that in the peak of the bull market, Solana reaches $1,000. Now, where do I think Ethereum could go? I think Ethereum, could possibly, I think it could hit, I think it's very reasonable to say it could hit probably $10,000. I don't see any reason why it couldn't hit 10K. Now that, of course, would put it at $1 trillion market cap, but I think it's very possible. If the spot Bitcoin ETF gets approved, if interest rates get lowered, which they will, we have the presidential election, which is always bullish. We have the Bitcoin halving. Depending on who gets elected, could very well change, how good crypto does. Also, there's a spot Ethereum ETF that just got, filed from BlackRock. If that got approved, it would absolutely moon. So there's a lot of factors that come into this, but I would say generally it'll probably end up hitting somewhere at the peak around $10,000 or so. I think $1 trillion market cap would be very, very, very large. And if we take a look at a lot of the other coins, we know that, let's take a look, we know that Uniswap is the biggest DEX in cryptocurrency. That's built on Ethereum. There's a lot of stuff that's built. Ethereum Classic, that's not a part of Ethereum. But if you take a look at a lot of the stuff in the top 100, the top 200, a lot of it is built on Ethereum. Pepe Coin, a recent one of the biggest meme coins. I know people don't want to talk about it, but it's like, this thing is an ERC20 token, and it ran to an almost $1 billion market cap, sitting at 600 million. There's a lot of liquidity on Ethereum, and I believe it's one of the safest plays. Now, if we go to the infamous ETH BTC chart, we know that hasn't been doing too well. But if you then take a look at it, if you take a look back at January of 17, ETH BTC wasn't looking good. Then Ethereum absolutely spiked up. And then in 2020 and 19, it came down and then it spiked up again. And it's kind of hasn't come down too much yet. But I personally do believe Ethereum probably will outperform Bitcoin. The thing is the Bitcoin spot ETFs could change the game in Bitcoin's performance because that completely opens the floodgates. You got to understand there are trillions and trillions of dollars that are sitting on the sidelines ready to come to crypto. They just need the green light. And the spot Bitcoin ETF approval gives that green light. But that does not give the green light for these altcoins. It gives the green light for Bitcoin. Now the liquidity will flow to the altcoins, which will be then therefore bullish for Ethereum. But for example, these companies, in the US, they cannot hold Ethereum on their balance sheet. They can only hold Bitcoin. So I think Ethereum, if I had to bet money, I'd say Ethereum's going to outperform Bitcoin. It does it every cycle. I think we'll probably do it again. Will it be as drastic as past cycles? It really depends on spot approvals. If the Ethereum ETF gets approved, it's probably going to be as big as it has in the past. If it doesn't, and the spot Bitcoin ETF approvals happen, then it could be less. I still think it's going to outperform it once again, but I think Bitcoin is going to have, depending on what happens with the spot Bitcoin ETF, it could have some really, good returns. I think a lot of people in this space, they dismiss Bitcoin, they dismiss Ethereum. I know we're all running around looking for the 50, 100x, but just for normal people who aren't having their eyes glued to the chart every day, they're not bad picks. There's a reason why BlackRock, at the end of the day, Ethereum's a dog shit chain, etc., but BlackRock clearly is very interested in them, and that's fucking bullish. And I'm really just super excited for what's going on right now. I think crypto is going to be an absolute blast in 2024. It's going to be absolutely insane. 24 in general is going to be insane, but I think that's going to be the lead up for 2025. But I will say this. Let me comment on this real quick. I want to pull up a tweet. This is kind of random from my guy Will. If you're if you're watching my channel and shit, I've had Will on like 3 times and he's fucking amazing. But I want to show you guys this tweet. I don't want to like this though. Let me pull it up. Take a look at this. Keep telling yourself this is a place to sell, to buy back cheaper. I'll keep telling you the actual direction. And then take a look at this. 2012, 2016, 2020. Guys, most people will sell too early. Now, I know there's people who day trade and et cetera, but if you're like me and you're trying to hold and sell in the heat of the next bull market, my plan since literally 2021 has been, in 2025, I'm going to sell all my crypto, all my stocks. Let me make that clear. I'm not in a fucking cult. I'm selling all my crypto and all my stocks in 2025. I do not think we're going to see the top in 2024. I don't think so. It's kind of interesting. I saw someone put on Twitter that at the end of 2020 last cycle, people thought the market might have topped. Bitcoin went to 29K. Guys, the market's not going to top out in 2024. It's going to happen in 2025. And it's because of the presidential election, okay? It'll take time. You know, we know the presidential election is bullish, but depending on who wins, and really, I don't even think it matters who wins, things are going to get super heated in probably Q1 or Q2 in 2025. And then you should look to pretty much sell all your bags, okay? But just take a look at these. Once again, we have not even begun. And I put out a tweet a couple days ago too. And I'm not going to pull it up because I'm going to have to dig through all my fucking tweets. But remember, just because something's gone up X percent does not mean it's done running. Ethereum, or let's just use Bitcoin for example. Bitcoin went from $3,000 at the bottom of the COVID crash to $20,000. When in 2020, it went from $3,000 in March to $20,000 in December. You know, you could have looked at that and been, hey, I can't jump in now. It's already ran so much. It went from 3,000 to 20,000. Fuck, that's over a 6x. But guess what? Bitcoin would then go from 20,000 to over 60,000, which is a 300% gain. It did a 3x. It did a 6x, damn near, and then it did another 3x. Okay? You got to understand, just because something's pumped doesn't mean it can run more. That's why I'm pulling this up. We're going much fucking higher on a long enough time frame. Now, there's obviously points where the price, you know, we see local tops and then it chops around. But guys, we're going much higher from here. Much, much higher. The party's not even gotten started. We're still in 2023. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And also go follow me on X, link in the description. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching.